Hey guys, Luke here. For today's video, we're going to be talking about the Queensland Maroons. Going to be talking about their Game 3 lineup. Now, there's a lot of changes. I think that's pretty well known. There's quite a few injuries, and also they got flogged last game. So there's going to be, well, not so much injuries, but people coming back from injury, I suppose is a better way to put it. But there is going to be some changes naturally after your team gets smashed like that. Now, look, there's going to be some question marks over whether Cameron Munster plays because of his head knock, especially after Boyd Cordner just got ruled out for the series just last week. So Cameron Munster's probably going to be under some injury clouds, but we'll go over the full lineup. It's going to be on the screen for you. So the lineup is as follows. Valentine Holmes at fullback, Coates and Corey Allen coming in to make his debut on the wing there. We have Kurt Capewell and Dane Gagai. We have the halves pairing of Munster and Cherry Evans, same as last game, same as the whole series, same as all the time, really. Then we have Christian Welch coming back in and Josh Papali as the props. Jake Friend is your hooker. We have Felice Kafusi, Jaden Stewart, and Big Tino rounding out the starting line. Then we have Harry Grant, Lindsay Collins, Joy Arrow, and Dynamis Louis there. Ben Hunt, Edric Lee, Fodawaker, and Bronco Lee round out the extended bench. So there is quite a few changes. Obviously, the big people missing is Ben Hunt's been dropped, which I don't necessarily agree with. But look, Wayne Bennett will trust him. Fodawaker has been dropped there as well. Look, he wasn't terrible, but I don't really remember too much from him. But look, he is young, so he'll get his chance. But I think the big talking point is Corey Allen on the wing there. I think it sort of is a little bit out of left field. I think the most likely scenario is that he probably ends up at fullback and then Valentine Holmes ends up on the wing. Personally, I probably would have went with a guy like Edric Lee or someone who's got a bit of height, can combat Daniel Tupou a little bit. I know Edric Lee's not the most consistent, best player and thing, but with some of the wingers that have been playing for Queensland, I feel like he's better than them. So, yeah, no disrespect to guys like Philip Semi and that, but yeah, it's crazy to me that Edric Lee hasn't played, considering he's been 18th man a couple times in some of the better teams, and also just the wingers that are actually being picked. So, yeah, I think he's a bit unlucky. But Corey Allen, it's weird to think that some of these players in this Queensland side weren't even playing first grade to start the year. Guys like Xavier Coates, guys like Corey Allen. I think it took half the season for Corey Allen to even get a shot on the wing, and then the back end he played fullback. I thought he actually looked really, really good at fullback. Looked very consistent. Doesn't look like a big X-factor sort of player, but he just seems like a very solid fullback, which I feel like Queensland probably missing a bit of X-factor. That's why Broomson was so good, because he had that capability of making a line break and running the distance. I don't know if Corey Allen can do that, but we'll have to wait and see. But yeah, Valentine Holmes, he'd probably be better for the first game back. So whether he's on the wing or fullback, I think he'll be a lot better. But the rest of the side, though, I mean, Xavier Coates, I think he's been quite good for him. A great finish in the corner in Game 2. But yeah, he's been scoring for fun in Origin. Just a shame the rest of the side couldn't keep up with him in Game 2. You have Capewell, who I feel like is still injured, and I think he finally did get exposed last game. I said in Game 1 they should have targeted him, and they definitely did in Game 2. Cody Walker went through him, I think, a few times, and I think they had a lot of success down that side. Dane Gagai, look, he's Dane Gagai. He's an Origin Gagai. He's just good. He's really, really good. He's probably the best player for Queensland in Origin year in, year out. So yeah, you've got Munster, you've got Cherry Evans, pretty standard. The rest of the side is fairly standard. Like, this is probably the best team you could pick in terms of the forward pack. The only thing I would say is Jake Friend. I don't know how much Jake Friend actually offers to this side. Now, he's good, and he's like a good player for the Roosters because Roosters are so good. Doesn't have to offer too much. Just has to be a solid player. And we saw them literally win a premiership with Sam Verrills in there in his first season. So we know the team around the Roosters is very, very good. So it's not as if Jake Friend is a standout player for the Roosters. However, I feel like he's a pretty good leader. Gets the line speed going. Defense is pretty solid. He does give away a lot of penalties, though, which I think is pretty big in Origin. Origin's so costly if you give away a penalty, especially considering there's not too many penalties normally given. I know the 6 again is sort of a little bit different, so maybe he's killer for that. But yeah, just watching him, even in Game 1, watching him and the amount of forward passes and kind of shitty passes that he was throwing in general, I think they got away with it because they ended up winning. Had they lost, I feel like a lot would have been said about them. And then because they won Game 1, they've gone into Game 2, and I thought he had a shocker. He was kicking out in the full. He was still doing the forward passes and stuff. Look, he's going to be someone who's going to make a lot of tackles, but literally anyone who plays State of Origin at the hook position is going to make those 50, 60 tackles. Even Ben Hunt did it last year. And I honestly think Ben Hunt is a better hooker than Jake Friend. And I think Harry Grant's a better hooker. So Harry Grant's on the bench. I'm not sure if they're going to play a similar role. It's crazy to me that I feel like Queensland looked at their best when they played Ben Hunt off the bench, chucked him in a roaming role, and I thought they looked really good, yet he's the one who's actually been dropped because he was chucked in the halves after training at hooker all week and couldn't get them going when the forwards are getting dominated. It's a weird move for me. Maybe there's more to it. Maybe Ben Hunt's going to end up playing, but I kind of feel like Ben Hunt's been hard done by. Look, I don't think there's any way to put it. I feel like a lot of people maybe won't agree with me with that one, but yeah, I feel like Ben Hunt, when he came onto the field in game 1, that's when they were at their best, and that's when they won the game. They won game 1, got destroyed in game 2, and I can't really see what Jake Friend offers, especially in a side. I don't think Queensland's going to be able to grind out a victory and keep the score like 10-6 or something in game 3. They need to score points, and I don't think Jake Friend's the answer. Maybe Harry Grant is the answer though. So I suppose that is always an option if you're not really seeing too much from Jake Friend. At least he can be there for the initial stages, the initial 20, 30 or whatever. Get through those the sort of hard moments, and then bring on Harry Grant fresh, ready to go, and take on the tired defence. Maybe that's a tactic. I don't really know. In game 1, when they sort of employed that same tactic, Jake Friend ended up playing the whole game. So you're thinking, he's going to come off, but he didn't. They just ended up playing Ben Hunt, like we've said 50,000 times already. Ben Hunt ended up playing like in the forwards as a lock, a roaming forward, roaming half, I guess. Harry Grant's obviously not going to be doing that. He's not a half. But yeah, I suppose he will come on and play hooker. It's just a matter of where Jake Friend ends up going. The rest of the side, though, Christian Welch comes back in. I don't think Dinamo Suli I thought was pretty solid, so I don't think it's not like a huge upgrade or anything. It's just a matter of the rest of the forward pack. The battle of Tino up against Payne Haas, I think that'll be quite exciting, especially after the fists were thrown. But yeah, the bench, Lindsay Collins, I think he's been quite good. Jai Arrow, the bench is a pretty good bench. Just the back line. The back line needs to match up with New South Wales. They did in game 1, they didn't in game 2. And honestly, the whole team didn't really match it with New South Wales in game 2. And I suppose a big factor in that is the fact that Cameron Munster literally got knocked out in the first couple of minutes, didn't come back on. So, Dan Gagai had probably been their best player in Origin. I suppose he's not the best player, he's just the guy who steps up the most. But look, your actual best player is Cameron Munster. And look, the fact that he was gone a couple of minutes in, it's not even like, he's ruled out and they've put someone else in. The fact that they've mid-game had to adjust, and like we said, Ben Hunt had to jump in there after probably not training there at all, and then he's been chucked into there like a couple of minutes in. So it's not even like, just ride home the last couple of minutes. No, you've literally got to play the whole game with your game plan out the window. So look, it wasn't ideal for Queensland. New South Wales took full advantage of it. And look, they want to hope that they have a better start. Actually, well, they did score the first try, but they want to hope they have a better first half, is what I'm sort of more implying in Game 3. Because, once again, I said it in the Game 2 preview, I don't think Queensland want to give New South Wales a lead. They're able to run them down in Game 1, but I feel like New South Wales, Game 3, they'll have the momentum from Game 2. If they get a lead, I can see them just run away with it. Whether that happens, I don't know. But yeah, Queensland need to make sure that it's at least close, sort of coming into probably the last sort of quarter of the game. And then just hope you guys like Munster and Cherry Evans can get them home, sort of up against your Clearys. Now, although Nathan Cleary, absolutely fantastic man of the match last game, we've seen in the high pressure games, those do or die games, hasn't really been able to produce. So, well, he was able to do it last game, but there was always that thing in the back of Queensland's mind, like, well, if we lose this one, we still got Game 3. Who really cares? It would have been nice for them to wrap it up, I'd imagine. But yeah, I think there's always that sort of the seed planted in your head, and whether it's like a thing you're actually actively thinking of, I don't know, but I feel like it's just got to subconsciously be there. I feel like Queensland would have it where it's gone now. They know they have to win this one. There's no second chances. They're done. So, yeah, Nathan Cleary is going to be coming up at a really high pressure moment. He was just trying to keep New South Wales in this series. Now he's trying to win it. He's done it before. He can do it again, for sure. But, it's just a matter of whether they can handle the pressure moments and whether they'll step up, because I'm pretty sure Queensland will. I feel like Cameron Munster is definitely capable of it. Cherry Evans is capable. Sometimes does it, sometimes doesn't. He's sort of a bit hit and miss. But yeah, Queensland, they're capable of winning this game. Look, it's not the best Queensland side. I don't even know if it's even the best side that they've put out this whole series. I'd say it probably is, but I mean, the side's not like, it hasn't got superstars all over it. But I think that's what Wayne Bennett likes. I think that's probably the best thing for Wayne Bennett. They can fly under the radar, go into the game as the underdogs. Where I think in Game 2, they sort of had flipped it where they won the game, first game, so they weren't the underdogs anymore. So after New South Wales winning so convincingly in Game 2, now it's immediately jumped back to Queensland being the underdog. So I think that will really suit them. backs against the wall. Never rule out a Queensland side, that's for sure. Anyway, guys, leave in the comment section below, what are your thoughts of the Queensland side? Do you like it? Do you rate it? Is there anyone you feel is unlucky to have missed out or you would have picked instead? Let me know in the comment section below. Also, while you're at it, go ahead and give the video a like and subscribe to the channel if you're new around here. Also, make sure to turn on the notification bells. It is quite important. Let you be notified when I upload immediately, so you don't have to worry about the YouTube algorithms and subscriptions and all that sort of stuff. You can just watch the video immediately. Also, while you're at it, give me a follow on social media. It's on the screen right now. Mr. Luke and YT for the most part. And yeah, that's all I really got to say, guys. Thanks for watching. I can't wait for State of Origin Game 3. Going to be doing a simulation video pretty soon as well, so stay tuned for that. And yeah, that's all I got to say. I'll see you next time. Bye, guys.